is on KVOE social media, specifically on YouTube Live here this afternoon. We're doing this video as we straddle 1:30 p.m. and this follows a semi-wreck that developed on westbound US Highway 50 at the Kansas Turnpike Bridge. So for those of you who pay attention to mile markers, it's mile marker 127. You see KDOT crews right now reinforcing head-to-head traffic here by putting road closure signs up on the westbound traffic, which is driving westbound into this head-to-head setup. So eastbound and westbound are basically in, as it says, head-to-head lanes, at least for the short term. For those of you who have not been paying attention to KVOE's on-air newscasts or KVOE.com here today, this incident happened, told around 8:30, between 8:30 and 9. And a westbound semi was carrying heavy equipment. We're told that it was a cherry picker or similar style equipment. Witnesses have told KVOE that the cherry picker was actually in the raised position for a fairly decent distance, possibly into town as far as Prairie Street. And then when the westbound semi was over at this particular location, the cherry picker or the other equipment was up, and as you can see, struck the northbound bridge, causing some pretty apparent, readily apparent, and pretty significant damage in the process. The semi driver, we are told, was hurt and was taken to Newman Regional Health for treatment. Injuries at this particular stage unspecified. Typically and the Kansas Highway Patrol, I'm going to bring this up, the Kansas Highway Patrol is doing, I should say, the investigation on this particular incident, as we just saw a trooper go by. And typically in this case, or these cases when commercial trucks are involved, it takes some period of time to sift through an injury crash and have the information posted to the crash log so we can disseminate that here to the area. So it would not at all be surprising if we don't see possibly something from the Highway Patrol either by this evening or possibly sometime this Easter weekend. As that investigation continues, you see that we have KDOT crews, as mentioned, on site now. They've been adjusting the traffic flow here for safety purposes. Right outside of Flying J, as a matter of fact, is where traffic goes from normal for the US Highway 50 travelers to head-to-head right in front of me. And the question really now is how to handle the bridge damage. That is the question of the day, and we are awaiting word specifically from the Kansas Turnpike Authority, but also from the Kansas Department of Transportation as to how that is going to be handled going forward. Lake County Under Sheriff John Kelch said not only did the incident affect the understructure of the bridge as you see, but it also affected these vertical bridge pillars, or at least several of them, not all of them, but several of them, and possibly damaged those as well. So a lot to process here with this particular incident, and truth be told, it could be a little bit of time before we wind up with a path forward specifically on the bridge, and then also how that will be impacting traffic for both the Turnpike and US Highway 50. And not just in the short term, but potentially with the scope of repairs possibly being fairly significant, just how long this could be impacting area traffic. Updates here through the weekend on KVOE, KVOE.com, and KVOE social media. We'll also on air have more for you as well during newscasts late this afternoon. On air and online updates, also social media updates all weekend long here on KVOE as needed. I'm Chuck Samples, KVOE News.